You ever hear a story that sounds too strange to be real, but it is? This one happened more than 100 years ago. A family trip, a missing child, and a boy who came back wrong. It's the true story of Bobby Dunbar. It was August of 1912. The Dunbar family, Percy, Leslie, and their two sons, decided to spend a weekend at Swayze Lake, Louisiana. It was a quiet little spot surrounded by swamp, moss, and cypress trees. The perfect place for a peaceful family getaway. 4-year-old Bobby was full of energy. He played near the water, chasing frogs and skipping stones while his mother prepared lunch. But when she turned around to call him, he was gone. Just gone. Leslie screamed for him, and within hours the entire town was searching. They dragged the lake, drained ponds, and even cut open alligators, thinking one might have swallowed him. But there was nothing, not a sound, not a single trace of little Bobby Dunbar. Days turned into weeks, then months. Posters went up across states. Missing Bobby Dunbar, age 4. 1,000 people looked for him, but he had simply vanished. Then 8 months later, a man traveling through Mississippi with a young boy caught the attention of police. The man's name was William Walters, a handyman and piano tuner. The boy he was traveling with matched Bobby's description almost perfectly. Same blonde hair, same blue eyes, even a small scar on his left foot. The police arrested Walters and sent word to the Dunbars. The family traveled hundreds of miles to see the boy. When the mother, Leslie, arrived, she hesitated. The child looked like her Bobby, but different. He didn't recognize her. He cried when she tried to hug him. Some people whispered, "That's not their son." Others said it was just shock, that the boy had been through too much. But a few days later, after new clothes and warm meals, the boy smiled. He called her Mama. And just like that, the Dunbars took him home. The newspapers exploded with headlines. Bobby Dunbar found alive. There was a parade in the town. The whole city celebrated the miracle return. But not everyone was celebrating. A woman named Julia Anderson stepped forward. She said that boy wasn't Bobby Dunbar. He was her son, Bruce. She said William Walters had her permission to travel with him for work, and now her child had been taken away. Julia could describe every mark on the boy's body. She even remembered a small scar from a burn he'd gotten as a baby. But when she stood in court against the wealthy Dunbar family, the town didn't believe her. She was poor, unmarried, and in 1913, that was enough for people to call her a liar. The court ruled in favor of the Dunbars. The boy was legally declared Bobby Dunbar, and William Walters was convicted of kidnapping. The Dunbars raised the boy as their own. He grew up, got married, had children, and lived an ordinary life. He believed he was Bobby Dunbar, because everyone said he was. But sometimes, late at night, family members noticed he would sit quietly, staring at old photos. He once told his wife, "Greater than I don't think I'm that boy." She thought he was joking, but he wasn't. Nearly 100 years passed. Then in 2004, one of Bobby's granddaughters decided to find out the truth once and for all. She ordered a DNA test, comparing her father's DNA to that of Bobby Dunbar's true relatives. The results were shocking. The man who grew up as Bobby Dunbar was not related to the Dunbar family at all. The boy they took home in 1913 was someone else, most likely Julia Anderson's son, Bruce, which means the real Bobby Dunbar was never found. Not then, not ever. The lake that swallowed him more than a century ago still sits quiet in Louisiana, calm on the surface, dark underneath. Locals say that sometimes at night, when the fog rolls in thick and low, you can hear a child's laugh drift across the water. Maybe it's just the wind, or maybe it's Bobby, still calling for his parents, still waiting to come home. End line, dramatic pause. The boy came back, but the real Bobby Dunbar never did.